Welcome all, and thank you for watching another Tech Knowledge Made Basic video. In this video, we're going to go over on how to customize the Windows Start menu. I know the Start menu has changed quite a bit since Windows XP, and almost with every single version of Windows after that, it's changed quite a bit. So what we're going to do in this video is just show you how to customize it, how to get it to maybe go back to a more familiar look, something that you're more used to, if you want to go ahead and make those changes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start by clicking on the Start menu on the bottom left. As you can see, the way it's broken down right now, it's got the different options on the left hand side there where you got Explorer, Settings, all your apps, and it's got the live tiles to the right. So it kind of makes that Start menu look kind of real big and wide. And what we're going to do is start by removing some of those live tiles. We're going to remove these two columns, the Play and Explore and the Life at a Glance. So really the only way to do that is to do a right click over each live tile, and when you do that you can unpin it from start. So you can unpin all these tiles, but you can also add them back in case you want it to go back this way in the future, or if it's something that's undoable for sure. So go ahead and let's just unpin these just one by one. It's going to take away all these live tiles. It's going to basically narrow our start menu, and we're going to try to make it look like the start menu that a lot of us are more familiar with. Okay, almost done. Alright, so now once you have them all unpinned, what you can do is you can take your pointer and go all the way to the right hand side of the start menu and just kind of drag it in and narrow it out. So now we have a much smaller start menu. So if you do a click on it, you can see all the live tiles are gone. What we can do is also add some options right here within the start menu instead of the ones that we just have right here where it says File Explorer Settings. So we're going to do that by opening Settings, and then once you open Settings, go to the Personalization. So go ahead and do a left click there, and the option that we want is Start on the left hand side. And here you can play around with some of these options. I have everything set to off, but what we want is we want to choose which folders appear on Start. So go ahead and do a left click, and right now we have File Explorer and Settings. We can turn those off. What some people are used to is some of these other options that we have here. Let's go ahead and turn some of them on. And that's it. So once you have that on, let's go ahead and go back to our start menu. As you can see, we have more options there. So it's a more simplified, more compact start menu that a lot of people are used to. Again, it's changed in almost every single version of Windows. From Windows XP to Windows Vista to 7 to 8. And those live tiles really come from the Windows 8. That's where it was introduced. There used to be a start or like a metro screen that loaded prior to the desktop, and a lot of those live tiles, that live tile concept got imported into Windows 10. So that's why the start menu comes with it. And what we can do, there's also a different version of the start menu. This is kind of more like a Windows 8 start menu. The Windows 8 start menu, when they introduce it with Windows 8.1, looked like this. So in order to bring this up, instead of doing a left click over that start button, go ahead and do a right click, and you're going to get different options. So essentially you have two different start menus, and this is some of the, those of you who are familiar with Windows 8.1, you're going to notice that this looks very familiar to the start menu that they implemented in Windows 8.1. There's essentially two different versions. There was Windows 8 and 8.1. So if we do a left click again, we go back to the normal Windows 10 start menu. If we do a right click, we have the what was essentially the Windows 8.1 start menu. Now if we want to customize it even further, there is a software. It's free. It's pretty neat. It's something called Classic Shell. I have the website up here, and the website is just going to be www.classicshell.net. And what you can do is just download the software. I went ahead and did that already. Minimize this, and we're going to go ahead and install it. So let's go ahead and run it. We're going to install it and see what it looks like. This should actually take it back to what you're probably a lot more familiar with the like the Windows 7, Windows Vista, and even Windows XP days. Let's Go ahead and next, install. It's a real simple install. I would just leave everything default. And you got a couple options here. You can donate to them. You can go back to the website, visit them on Facebook or the README. I'm just going to go ahead and check this. Finish. And now that it's installed, when I do a left click on the start menu, you're gonna notice something that you may be more familiar with if you're somebody that's coming from like a Windows 7, and upgrading to a Windows 10. And this is going to take it back to that kind of view, where if you click on all programs, you can have the different folders laid out, the different start menu programs that you can modify on the top here, and then stuff that's on the right hand panel here, on the right hand column that you're more familiar with, like documents, pictures, games, so on and so forth. Now this is all completely customizable. To do that, what you want to do is a right click over the start menu and go to settings. And once you do that, you have different tabs here where you can choose different styles of the start menu. You can also play around with the basic settings, with the skin. If you hit the drop down menu here, you can go to classic skin, metro. Let's change it to the Windows arrow. This is probably what a lot of you are familiar with it looking kind of like that. It's kind of more of a Windows 7, Windows Vista look. Let's go back to settings. And then you can also customize, things that display as a link, or you can display them as a menu item, or don't display the item at all. So it's fully customizable. It's a really neat software if you're, one of those that don't really like the Windows 10 start menu, or maybe you come from a Windows Vista or Windows 7 and you want it to, to look just like it did before, but you want to use Windows 10. This is a software I definitely recommend, and I'll put the link in the description below. You can also remove it, and it's just going to revert it back to the regular Windows 10 start menu if you uninstall the software, or if you simply do a right click on the start button and hit exit. It's going to basically close that program down, and it's going to take you back to the regular Windows 10 start menu. So that's pretty much it. That's just kind of, what we did in this video was showed you how to make the Windows 10 menu a little bit more compact, how to remove those live tiles. You can always bring them back, how to add different settings on the start menu, and also how to use like a third-party software to get your start menu to have that classic look, something that you're probably a little bit more familiar with. So that's something I recommend. Again, I'm going to post a link in the description in case you want to go to that website and download that. And thank you for watching another TKMB video. If you found this video informative, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons below, so that way you can be alerted to any new content that we have. Also, please message me if you have any content that you'd like me to do, anything that you'd like me to kind of describe, go over, any issues that you may be having. I may be able to do, a tutorial or something on to kind of help you walk you through it. But yeah, go ahead and do that. And again, thanks for watching.